Welcome to The Explainer. So, you know that feeling when you look out at the dark, rolling waves of the ocean and kind of wonder what exactly is looking back? Well, today we are diving deep, literally, into our obsession with deep-sea monsters and the absolutely incredible scientific truths hiding right beneath the surface.
We've all seen those sensational headlines, right? Some bizarre, alien-looking carcass washes up on a beach, and suddenly the internet just explodes with fear and wild speculation. But what is actually happening when the ocean spits out these so-called monstrosities? Let's get into it.
Section 1. Monsters washed ashore.
Take the infamous Montauk Monster from July 2008. This weird hairless beast washed up in New York, and almost overnight, people were throwing around theories about alien origins or secret government experiments at Plum Island. The reality? Experts confirmed it was literally just a raccoon. It had been in the water so long that it degraded, losing its fur and upper jaw, which created this bizarre beak-like illusion. Wild, right?
Or, think back to 1977. The Japanese trawler Zuyo Maru hauled up this massive, rotting corpse off the coast of New Zealand. The crew was convinced they had found a new Nessie, like an actual prehistoric plesiosaur, but ichthyologists stepped in and proved it was simply a highly decomposed basking shark. See, when basking sharks decay, they actually lose their lower jaw and gills first, leaving behind what looks exactly like a long, prehistoric neck.
And this happens all the time. Just recently, social media went completely wild over a so-called alien fish caught by a Russian deep-sea fisherman. It looked like a sci-fi blob, but actually, it was a smooth lump sucker. Because it was yanked up from the deep sea, the extreme pressure changes caused it to swell and completely distort. It's an incredibly rare find, actually. So rare that it hasn't even been evaluated by the IUCN Red List yet.
Section 2. Science debunks the myths.
Look at this striking specimen right here. With its strange, hollow eyes and bizarre snout, it honestly looks like a demon straight out of the abyss. But it's really just a deeply misunderstood cartilaginous fish. It's perfectly adapted to survive in a pitch-black, incredibly high-pressure world.
Science even has a specific word for these unidentifiable washed-up masses. Globsters. I love that word. A globster is simply a heavily decayed organic mass. Knowing this definition totally explains why completely normal animals temporarily look like legendary cryptids before the experts can get in there and analyze their remains.
Section 3. Identifying the deep sea. So to stop these myths in their tracks, researchers rely on documents like the FAO Identification Guide to Deep-Sea Cartilaginous Fishes. This is essentially the real-world blueprint used to identify the bizarre sharks, rays, and chimeras of the southeastern Atlantic and southwestern Indian Ocean. And the diversity is staggering. In the southeastern Atlantic alone, there are 50 unique shark species, making up the deep-sea chondrichthyine, or cartilaginous fauna. 50! And that's just the sharks. We're not even counting the dozens of batoids, like rays and skates, or the chimeras, ghost sharks, that are hiding down there.
Having these field guides ready to go in the palm of your hand is absolutely essential. When fishery workers accidentally pull up this rare diversity, documenting them scientifically is literally the only way we learn about our oceans, rather than just checking them back or dismissing them as monsters.
Section 4. Sea serpents and giants. Okay, let's talk about the big guys. The giant oarfish is the longest-living bony fish on Earth, growing up to a staggering 26 feet. Because they completely lack swim bladders, they float up to the surface when they're dying. And since they tend to wash ashore right before turbulent weather or earthquakes, folklore ominously branded them the doomsday fish. They are without a doubt the real-world inspiration for the legendary sea serpent. Then there's the legendary, ship-sinking kraken of Norse mythology. Now, while the myth tells of a monster massive enough to crush entire galleons, the biological reality is the Architethus, the giant squid. And we know for a fact they're real because their massive beaks and tentacles have been found directly inside the stomachs of sperm whales. It is an absolute biological marvel.
Section 5. The living fossils. Sometimes the ocean hides literal time travelers. Let's trace this breathtaking timeline from December 1938. A museum official named Marjorie Courtney Latimer spotted this oozing, bizarre fish in a local catch. After a mortuary straight-up refused to store the mysterious specimen, she scrambled to have a taxidermist save it. By February, ichthyologists formally identified it as a coelacanth, a fish we thought went extinct 65 million years ago.
I absolutely love her quote about this moment. She perfectly shifted our perspective from fear to wonder when she said she picked away at the layers of slime to reveal the most beautiful fish she had ever seen, a pale malvy blue and a strange puppy dog tail. Instead of fearing the unknown, she found total beauty in it.
Named Latimeria chalumni in her honor, this creature from 200 million years ago is swimming right alongside us today. The coelacanth is walking, well, swimming, proof that our oceans are essentially a vast living museum of Earth's ancient history.
Section 6. Mediterranean Ghost Sharks.
And mysteries are still unraveling right now, right off our most populated coastlines. In April 2023, Spanish fishermen accidentally caught a nearly 7-foot juvenile great white shark. Now, seeing a great white there is incredibly rare to begin with, but finding a juvenile? That just reignited a 160-year-old ecological mystery for marine biologists.
Researchers actually call Mediterranean great whites a ghost population. Why? Well, despite over 160 years of sporadic historical records, encounters are incredibly infrequent. They are practically invisible, quietly patrolling the waters as apex predators without us even noticing they're there. But this discovery, it's a total game changer. We previously assumed great whites were just passing through, but catching this young juvenile suggests a thrilling new hypothesis. These vulnerable apex predators might actually be actively reproducing and secretly breeding right there in the Mediterranean Sea.
Which leaves us with this final, thrilling thought to ponder. If a 7-foot apex predator can hide as an elusive ghost for over 160 years in one of Earth's busiest seas, what else is hiding right beneath us in the truly unexplored pitch-black depths? Keep your eyes on the waves, and thanks for joining me on this explainer.